Hello and welcome to the very first daisy strings video tutorial. So there's going to be a lot more of these to come during the year, looking at some of our different products and things we can create with them. Today we're going to be working with a product that's currently on our website called Deco Mesh. It is also known by other names such as floral mesh and mesh wrap. So it looks like this, comes on a roll. It's about 50 centimeters wide. And it is a durable mesh fabric that can be molded into the shape that you need and holds its shape very well. So what we're going to make today is a garland to go around the edge of a table. So perfect for decorating a table at a birthday party, baby shower, wedding, whatever the case may be. So I'll quickly show you one that I have made here. It's the sort of thing that we're looking at getting and edging to go right around the table. To make this product, you're going to need some of the mesh in whichever color you choose. Now, I've decided to soften the mesh a little bit with a roll of white glitter tulle. It is optional. The mesh looks great on its own. Just adds an extra little accent to it to put a little bit of tulle through it. And also making just some little decorations out of some ribbon. So I have some feather edge double-sided satin ribbon. I've got that in pink and white just to match my mesh. The other thing which you will need but goes unseen is a little bit of, I'm actually just using the garden tie wire. But any other sort of ties, pipe cleaners, whatever you choose to use, just to hold things in place basically, but we're going to cover it up with the ribbon decorations. Okay, so Deco Mesh is very, very simple to work with. So to work with the mesh, we're just going to bunch this up. Doesn't have to be extremely neat, just bunching it up and holding it. Now, if you want to put the tulle through it, just grab your roll of tulle and gather that in with it. So holding the mesh in place with the tulle and just gathering that as you go. As you can see, I've got my tulle in the middle there. Now, if you want to put a little bit of a tail on your table garland, just leave a little bit at the end before you put on your first tie. Maybe 15, 20 centimeters, something like that, up to you, depending on what you're creating. So you're going to just put one of your little garden ties on there to hold that in place, and I like to just swing that around the back so that tie is not at the front. Again, just normal scissors, cut the tie. Now the one I've made, I've gathered this at roughly every 30 centimeters or so. You can measure it. If you like it to be a little bit more original, then just play it by ear. So all you do again is simply put on a little tie at your next spot, cut it off and keep going. So I'll just do one more. Of course, this will depend on how big your table is. So we'll gather that again. One more little tie on there. Okay, so there you have just a couple of little bunches of the mesh with the tulle. Now when it comes to attaching it to the table, what you will do is simply bunch it up a little bit to get a nice little ballooned shape. Now it all depends on how much you want. If you want it fairly stretched, you can stretch it out as far as you like. If you want it nice and fluffy, you squeeze it in together a little bit more. And of course this can be molded If you want it narrower, you can mold it in. If you want to fluff it out, you can fluff it out. And the tail can be bent down to sit on the table as you like. Okay, so the next step I did for my table garland was just to purely decorate where these little ties go. So I got combined pink and white ribbon. Let's cut that little bit off there. Pink and white ribbon. Now again, this is going to depend on your preference. I'm just going to cut a length off. Okay, and it's simply tying it over the top of that garden tie that's holding everything in place, and tying a little bow. You may want to decorate with something else over the top of those. That is up to your imagination. So a little bow on each of those spots. Little bow there. And then you have your table garland. So you're simply going to bunch it up, pin it on the tablecloth or sew it on, whichever you prefer to do. So just pinning it on, bunching it up as you go, as much or as little as you like. Thanks for watching the Daisy Strings video tutorial. It's been great to have you along, and there'll be many more to come. Please provide your feedback and anything else you'd like to see a tutorial on. Till next time, happy crafting!